Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be comparing a Ford F-150 Platinum to a GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Before getting this video though, I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with the Denali, and then to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with the F-150. I'm going to include a link to both of their inventories in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And by the way, this Denali is available for sale, and this F-150 Platinum is also available for sale if you're interested. And with that being said, as always, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So starting under the hood of the Denali, we have a naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 16 around town and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. Now you do need to know that you can also get a diesel with 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque, and you can also get a 6.2 V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. So this is kind of like the base engine for the Denali. Now with the Platinum, we have the twin-turbo 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 paired to a 10-speed and a hybrid system. It's called the Power Boost. Puts out 430 horsepower and then 570 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 23 on the highway. Now, to note, you can also get a 5.0 V8, or you can also get the regular 3.5 EcoBoost with this as well. So this one happens to have the most premium powertrain. So to sum things up with the powertrain section, my favorite powertrain on the F-150 is actually not the Power Boost, it's the regular 3.5 EcoBoost. And then my favorite powertrain that you can get with the Denali is actually the 3.0 Duramax diesel. You can't get a diesel with a Ford anymore, which is sad. And there's the powertrains. Before we go to the front ends, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the Denali, you can see it's got kind of more of like a boxy type design. Look at the hood, especially like flat, very kind of like sharp with some of the lines. And then the grille, like another thing, it's just a big flat piece of chrome. And then notice how the headlights are kind of flush with the bodywork. You got the tow hooks there at the bottom, and then you've got fog lights there on either side. Now comparing that with the Ford's definitely more rounded off with the design, so it kind of has, you know, a sleeker appearance. Now this one has the black appearance package, so it's got this cool sporty hood, and then the grille's all blacked out, and so yeah, kind of more of a sporty design. But let me know which design you guys like better, whether it's the Denali or the Platinum. So with the GMC, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 60, 20 in the front. And with the Ford, it's 275, 60, 20 in the front and in the rear, and also the Denali has the same thing in the rear. So exact same tire and wheel setup. Notice the mirrors are substantially different. We've got these big trailer mirrors on the Ford, whereas in the Denali we have these smaller, more normal mirrors, if that makes sense. But notice we flex the engine here, 5.3 V8 with this badge, and then you got a Denali badge there on the side. Sorry about my shadow. Whereas with the Platinum, it says Platinum first and then Power Boost down below. So I guess that they care more about the package than the powertrain here with the Ford. Now the Ford has power side steps, whereas this particular Denali, you can see, has fixed side steps, but they're wheel to wheel, which is definitely nice. And then notice the body lines here on the side. The Ford's kind of softer, whereas with the GMC, the lines are a little bit sharper. Now something to note is both of the trucks use leaf springs in the rear. Now taking a look at the keys here, you guys can see the Ford key there on the right side. It has remote start function, tailgate drop function, unlock and lock. And the GMC key fob there on the left has all the same functionality. So similar functioning keys, they just look different. Now popping into the bed area, something to mention is the Ford has 1,305 pounds of payload capacity, whereas the GMC has 1,485, so a little bit more with the GMC. And then towing capacity, if you equip both these trucks with the more powerful powertrains and then with the proper towing package, is in that like high 12s, low 13s in terms of the range, so 12,000, 13,000 pound range. Anyways, popping into the beds, you guys can see we've got the whole like measuring chart system here with the tailgate step. And then you guys can see we've got the Pro Power with this, so tons of outlets. Spray and bed liner with this Ford. And then you can see with the LED light. And then popping over to the Sierra, this one has the Multi-Pro tailgate, so this actually pops down to be a whole step system. So a little bit more complex than what the Ford has, because like with this, we gotta like pull this out and everything. And then you can see LED lights in this. We've got a full power outlet as well, bed liner. So pretty similarly equipped. Now something to note with the Sierra, you do have to lift up the tailgate yourself when you do go for this multi-pro setup. If you want it to be automatic, don't get that setup. Whereas with the Ford, even if you have this, well, it's still automatic up, which is pretty cool, and you can just nudge it with your knee to make it go up. Now, when it comes to rear design, we have two different design languages, I suppose. Again, with the Ford, notice everything's kind of softer with the lines, and everything's obviously blacked out because this one has the black appearance package. Notice the dual exhaust tips. Whereas with the Sierra, a little bit more boxed, a little bit more squared off. So it just is going to depend. Do you want like the softer, I guess, sportier look, or do you want the boxier, more trucky look? So starting with the Platinum here inside, you guys can see we've got really nice leather trim all over the door panel, and then we got these suede inserts here. And then the Platinum comes with these beautiful leather seats perforated in the center. And then, like I said, power side steps. And room back here is great, as you can see. And we got a little storage pocket here. We got some cup holder action, heated seats in the back. You know, all the works. Now, comparing that to the Denali, like I said, this is a regular Denali. It's not the Denali Ultimate, which would actually be a better comparison. I'll try to put that together in the future if, you know, availability is there with the Ultimate. But anyways, really nice leather trim here with the wood trim, and then you can see like the cross stitching down below. And then same thing with the seats. They got like the cowhide texture on them. You can see all with that, and fixed side steps, so getting in is just as easy. Now the legroom's great. Headroom's good as well. Cup holders, heated seats. The equipment's basically the same. Now, comparing that with the front of the Denali, which we're going to start with, you guys can see again with the wood trim, the cross-stitching design, and then look at all of the padding. All of our window controls here, got a cool Denali plaque there. Front two are automatic, mirrors do power fold in, speaker for the Bose sound system, got our memory seat function, and then blind spot warning with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Notice it says Denali there, perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments here on the side, and then we've got our light control right there on the right side. On the left side, you got your drive line select with your drive modes select. Notice it has 4-wheel auto as well as 4-wheel high. And then let's hear how it sounds. Pretty sturdy. Ooh. So this does have stuff like cruise control, heated steering wheel, radio controls in the back. You got paddle shifters for the 10-speed as well. Overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking steering wheel. Full digital gauge cluster here with this truck, which is something to note. And then with those different drive modes, you guys can see it shows this little animation with the truck, which is pretty cool. And popping it into reverse, you can see you've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. This has a full 360 camera system. I think it's really good. That one, or actually not that one, that one's kind of like potato cam view, but the rest of the camera views are really good. And then as for the rest of the infotainment screen, well, we got to go through these menus, I suppose. As you can see, it's pretty responsive with using it. Like, boom, you got Android Auto, you got Apple CarPlay with it. You have a shortcut bar here on the side. And then down below, this has heated and cooled seats. It's got dual zone climate as well. And notice we got this for our lane departure, your parking sensors, your auto stop start, tailgate drop down, stability control, hill descent control, and then all of the windows down at once if you want. Here's the shifter for the 10-speed. And then you got your trailer brake controls just behind that, and then a couple cup holders. And taking a look at the center console, it's got a wireless phone charging pad, tons of storage. And look at like all of the padding and everything here on the top. And then I like this with the glove box. It might not come up because of how the sun's hitting things, but basically it's like black here, and then it goes to like brown wood, so it's got a cool like burnt theme with it. And then there's nice like leather trim here on the dash as well. And then we do have a power setting window here in this truck, and then a regular, if I can pull it, sunroof. Now popping over to the Platinum, you guys can see again with the leather trim and got the suede insert there. Same thing with the window controls, where only the front two are automatic. Mirrors do power fold in. This also has like the extendo mirror function, is what we'll call it. You do have blind spot mirroring in the mirror, and then there is the memory seat function. And then look at the seat here. Notice we got the speaker there in the headrest, Platinum logo, perforated all down the center portion. Then your power adjustments. Got like our light controls, pedal adjustments, all that fun stuff. Let's hear how this one sounds. Pretty solid as well. Ooh. So with the steering wheel, obviously it has Ford's design, but functionality is pretty similar with like controls for the center stack, cruise control, volume controls, radio controls, you know, all the normal stuff. No paddle shifters though, like the GMC. And then we have this full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which you can scroll through a bunch of different drive modes. So quite a few more drive modes compared to the GMC, but you got your main stuff like your tow haul mode and all of that. And then in reverse, we've got a backup camera system. Notice trajectory lines for the steering wheel. And this has a 360 camera system just like the GMC, so you've got a bunch of different camera views that you can switch between. So you're covered either way. I will say this doesn't have as many camera views as the GMC. Now as for the screen, big 12-inch display, has an auxiliary part to it, so lots of similarities between the trucks. But this truck being a hybrid, you can actually see like the power flow with it. And then up top there are some controls. They won't pop up on camera because the lighting is horrible, but you got this for like an outlet, your camera system, parking assist, to be able to control hazard lights. And then this has trailer backup, as you can see, trailer brake controls. And then just like the GMC, it has 4-wheel auto as well as 4-wheel high, and then 4-wheel low, 2-wheel drive. Notice we have heated seats, heated seats, air-conditioned seats, but no heated steering wheel. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, don't have that, which is interesting. Dual zone climate though. And then we've got this to cover like the wireless phone charging pad. Shifter that folds down. It does have a manual function on it, so even though you don't have paddle shifters, you can still shift the gears yourself if you want. Love the look of the center console on this. And then you can see good storage. And then taking a look at the glove box, pretty solid with that as well. That's the wood trim there, and the nice padding here on the dash. And then power sliding rear window, just like the GMC. But this one has a full panoramic sunroof. Now, like I kind of alluded to earlier, this isn't a perfect comparison. It's slightly apples to oranges. The GMC stickers for about $73,000 as equipped, and then that Ford stickers for about $81,000 as equipped. So it would be better if I brought an Ultimate to this. However, with that being said, I want you guys to let me know which truck you would pick out of the bunch, whether it's the GMC or the Ford. The biggest difference that I see between these trucks, obviously, partially is the interior themes with them. Obviously, the exterior styling, like, it's pretty self-explanatory. Completely different styling cues. But the interior themes, this is kind of more like cowboyish, if that makes sense, whereas the Ford is more like modern luxury in terms of the appearance, and then also how these trucks drive. The Ford drives more similar to a car, whereas this feels more like a truck, if that makes sense. They're both obviously pickup trucks, but just the drive is quite a bit different. But anyways, let me know which one you would pick out of the bunch. Again, a huge shout out and link to the National GMC and to the Ford here in American Fork for giving me some time with both the vehicles. Link to both their inventories in the description down below. I'll see you.